Well, returning our attention to Townsville, where we've seen the devastating effect and the damage caused by the floods in North Queensland. But events like this also have a big impact on businesses and workers in the regions where they impact. Joining me live now for more on this is Renee Turpin, Senior Employment Relations Consultant at Employsure. Renee, thanks for your time today. You say you've received many requests from both employees and employers affected by the floods. What are they wanting to know?
Yes, Stacey, thanks for having me. We've been working with hundreds of small businesses in the flood-affected areas, helping them in managing their relations with their employees during this time and also doing everything possible to support the community.
Now, these situations are hard to navigate, so what are the rights of an employee if they can't get to work during a situation like this?
Absolutely. So in the event an employee is unable to get to work, in some circumstances their award or agreement will provide entitlements for them during this time. In the event that an award or agreement doesn't offer such entitlements, there are still many options that businesses and their employees can look at exercising, things like paid leave or potentially stand-downs.
But what about for businesses that can't open, I guess? If a business has to shut down as a result of a flood like the one we've seen in Townsville, how do you know if you should be getting paid or not?
The Fair Work Act provides provisions for employers to shut down without pay for their employees in the event of a natural disaster such as a flood. However, stand down without pay isn't necessary. A business can choose to continue to pay its employees during this time, but it is discretionary. We've worked with our small businesses in Townsville to try and come up with the best possible solutions, not only for their businesses, but also for the employees and the community during this devastating time.
When you say discretionary, you mean on the business's part, they can decide whether or not they pay their employees, is that right?
That's correct. The Fair Work Act provides provisions for employers in the event there's no useful work for an employee and the business has been forced to shut down its operations due to the event of a natural disaster. It would be a stand down without pay.
And what happens if an employee is not satisfied with the outcome they've come to with their employer? Can they take it further? What's the advice for them?
There's many options for employees out there. They can look at negotiating with their employer to access their paid leave entitlements, such as their annual leave, or potentially if it's an emergency and their children can't attend school, accessing their carers leave. Other options around negotiating flexible working arrangements, potentially working from home or potentially even working from a temporary location that might be more suitable. Job sharing is another great option available for employees, especially if an employer has one location that's still working, however, if another has been forced to close. And then the final option is to reach out to their local Centrelink. They're able to access disaster recovery allowances provided for by the Australian Government, which is a fantastic resource to help employees, sole traders, farmers, anyone who might have had their income affected by the floods.
Okay, Renee, thanks for your time today.
Thanks for having me, Stacey.